So I'm going to start this off by introducing you to a man by the name Kyle Maynard. Now, most of you probably have no idea who this is. So Kyle Maynard is an author. He's an entrepreneur. He is a ESPY award-winning mixed martial artist. The thing about Kyle Maynard was that he was born with a rare congenital condition, resulting in the loss of or lack of limbs. So he was born without arms. He was born without legs. And he was actually the very first person to make it all the way to the top of Mount Kilimanjaro without any prosthetics for help. So here is a man with no arms and no legs that accomplished all of these things. Athlete, author, entrepreneur, motivational speaker. He climbed a couple mountains without prosthetics. First to do so. Right? What an amazing human being. But here's something that baffles me. Let's rewind a little bit and go back to his middle school and high school years. He actually tried out for the wrestling team in middle school and in high school. As you can imagine, a man with no limbs trying out to be a wrestler. Very, very difficult. So what happened? Well, he actually lost pretty much all of his matches, which is to be expected, right? Because in order to be a wrestler, you would assume that you would need the function of all four limbs, or you're at a disadvantage. And rightly so, you're right. Now, that didn't deter him from quitting. He continued to persevere, he continued to try new techniques, and eventually he honed in on some techniques that allowed him to start winning matches. And in high school, he began winning and winning and winning. And you know what they said? They said that Kyle Maynard has an unfair advantage. Can you believe that? They're actually saying that this man with no arms and no legs has an unfair advantage in wrestling. They said that because he doesn't have arms and legs, he's able to wrestle at a lower weight class. So why do I bring this up? Because it doesn't matter what you do in life. It doesn't matter the prestige. It doesn't matter the accolades, the awards, what you accomplish. You're going to be bombarded with negativity. You're going to be bombarded with criticism. So how do you deal with it? How do you become a student dealing with students who have been in the game longer, dealing with residents, attendings? Because not everybody is nice. And if you're in the medical field, you know exactly what I'm talking about. There's this old school military hierarchy that people expect out of you. People expect out of residents or new clinicians that you are at the bottom of the barrel and that you are supposed to be doing the scout work. You are supposed to be doing everything that's told of you until you prove yourself worthy. So you're going to be bombarded with negativity. You're going to be bombarded with criticism. And back in the day, pimping was a very common thing. Now it's done much, much less now, but the idea was simple. The idea was to continuously ask you questions to try and make you feel inferior. So how do you deal with this negativity? How do you deal with this criticism every step of the way? Because let me tell you something. It never goes away. And the more you put yourself out there, like I'm doing now, the more negativity that you'll receive. And it doesn't matter how good you're doing in this world. People will find a way to criticize the quadruple amputee who decided to wrestle. I know you've been dealing with this. Why? Because a lot of the people who follow me are physician assistants, and most are worried about one thing: walking into the room and being told that they don't want to be seen by a physician assistant and they would rather be seen by a physician, the real doctor. So how do we get our minds around this? So let me share a few examples of why I wanted to bring this up, because as of late, I've been receiving some criticism myself. And this isn't anything new. I've been dealing with criticism and hate mail and negative comments and DMs and messages and you name it since the very beginning of starting this journey. From the very beginning. And what I've realized is that people judge and criticize and are negative. And it has nothing to do with you and it has nothing to do with me. It's a projection of their life. It's a projection of their reality. And when people tell you that you can't do something, what they're really saying is, I can't do it, therefore I don't want you to do it. So it's never a personal attack. Negativity is never personal. Negativity is always a projection of themselves, of their insecurities. So that's something we have to keep in mind. And like I said, I want to share a couple of examples of this negativity because honestly, it's pointless. And what I've realized, it's actually pointless to retaliate. Now, this past week, if you follow me on Instagram, I did post an email that I found hilarious because I happened to be on my emails and I wanted to just share it to prove that, it happens. It happens at every stage of the way. So here's a man, and I'm going to blur out his name. And this is in regards to an email that I sent where I put the wrong there. THERE versus THEIR, right? And this is his response. Calling me stupid. Again, it's not a personal attack, right? Now here's a couple of Facebook posts that I received. One talking about the inferiority of a physician assistant compared to a physician, when really it has nothing to do with degree, but everything to do with experience. And here's another person commenting on a post that I did saying that I'm bragging about how amazing I am and that I should just stick to medical topics. And my final example, this is in regards to our cheat sheets. These are cheat sheets that we put out for free. And yet somebody reposted this on Facebook and made the comment saying that if you are cheating by downloading these, then you don't deserve to be a PA. Now, I don't think she really knows that they're not cheat sheets in the sense that we're making things to take into an exam. That's ludicrous. But again, this goes to show you that it's not a personal attack. It's based on ignorance. It's based on insecurities. It's based on the romance of the way things used to be. So whenever somebody attacks you, whenever you feel attacked, whenever you feel criticized and you feel put down, you're in the hospital and somebody's telling you why you are so inferior, you have to remember that it's not a personal attack, and really it's a projection of their own insecurities. So I wanted to share this today. I wanted to talk about this because I get these emails all the time. I get these messages all the time, not only from people who are giving or dishing out the negative comments, but also on people who are receiving the negative comments and don't know how to deal with it. I had an email, and I was trying to look for the email that I recently got, but I think I deleted it. But basically, it was a PA student who was having a hard time accommodating to the life of a PA student because she feels that everybody is in competition with one another. And instead of bringing each other up, we tear each other down. And see, helping somebody else become successful doesn't diminish any of your success. So we have to remember to bring each other up, help each other out. And this happens a lot in the PA/NP profession where we bash each other and talk about how one profession is better than the other profession, when in reality, we're all out to do the same thing, and that's just to help people. So that's where I'm gonna leave off today. Hopefully this was helpful. Hopefully this resonated with you. And again, thank you so much for everybody that watched the first video. It was a great turnout. And again, I'm doing this once again for those of you who are watching this video here as well. Leave me a comment if you've ever felt like you were criticized or put down or felt inferior or less than in the hospital student setting, whatever it might be. Again, I want everybody to see just how many comments there are. I want everybody to see that, look, you're not the only person, because when I get these emails, the person who emails me feels like they're the only person. And again, I'm going to be giving out a $50 Amazon gift card to one of the comments chosen at random. If you want to win the $50 Amazon gift card, all you have to do is subscribe to this channel, like this video, and leave a comment below letting us know if you've ever felt criticized, if you've ever felt less than. Share that story so we all feel like we're in this together. Have an amazing week, and I'll check you on the next video. Don't forget to subscribe.